Welcome back to Oxygen Not Included with me, Jetty. In our last episode, we finally activated our little deep freezer. We also put in our smart mess halls for those that will tidy up after our dupes. We also put in our recreational room with our wonderful mechanical surfboard. Today's episode, we're ripping out a whole bunch of old infrastructure because we're not using most of it anymore. Also, we need to finally deal with the hermit because he's fully dealt with. He's had his lights on. He's perfectly happy. He's even opened the shutters for us. So we need to find out what he wants. But not before we find out what the 4D printer wants to offer us. So, Mr. 4D Printer, today's choices are, I'm taking the snazzy suit. I'm not even questioning it. I don't care what anybody else is. We're taking the snazzy suit. Okay, let's do the mysterious hermit. My sweet duplicate's efforts paid off. Our reclusive neighbor has agreed to join the colony. The only keepsake he insists on bringing with him is a toolbox, which, while rusty, seems to hold great sentimental value. Now he's living among us. His former home can be deconstructed or repurposed to storage. Welcome, new duplicate. Hello, George. Now, George's an important duplicate. He has a couple of things. First off, bio. His age is 3,181 cycles. He was printed on the cycle minus 2,970. He's old. We can only hope this colony lasts that long. Interest in doctoring, cooking, and decorating. Well, that's absolutely useless to us. Thank you very much, sir. Also, he comes with +7 to all his attributes, which is nice, with a little bit extra bonus to creativity and medicine and cuisine and yep. Also, bio. He starts with ancient knowledge. So, he's got 3 skill points. We'll find something to put here George into, but, of course, we can't leave him named George. We need to name him after one of the wonderful YouTube members that are choosing to support the channel. So thank you, Christy. You have come to the colony with ancient knowledge. Hopefully you've got a bed. I hope you've got a bed. I think you've got a bed. Bed? There's a free bed right there. Yeah, there you go, Christy. You get the window aisle. Yeah, with the wonderful view out the window. Yeah, okay. Today's episode, we need to do a bunch of things. Building entombment. Oh, that's a problem. Crap. Double crap. Okay, well, we were going to space today's episode. I just hadn't got that far. Okay. Allow the duplicates out. Dig out that tile. Sure. And dig out that tile. I guess we can repair it whilst we're out there. All right. First off, I need to talk about changes. It was kindly pointed out in the comments that I have duplicates wandering in and out through these 3 tiles at all times. I should really put down some carpet tile. Here, and here. That way everybody will get that twiddly toes, whatever it is, debuff of -15 per cycle. Not that we have a stress problem, but never hurts. Also, it was pointed out that my conveyor rail that's bringing in our lovely frozen food should really pass through the metal tile first. Because if it passes through the metal tile first, then it can absorb some of the cool from the metal tile first before being dumped in the freezer, which I like the idea of. So I've gone and rerouted this because that took an awful long time, but now that is now done. Also, we made us that our freezer is finally getting cold. Nothing's frozen yet, but it's finally getting cold. The main reason being is I upped our, thermal piping. First off, I put in a tank. So we could sort of balance out all the different packets of hydrogen. Some were very cold, some were not so cold. Also, I doubled up our regulators. You're set to -19. You're now going to be set to -25 because I need to drive the temperature even lower. And these are running in series. We're super chilling the hydrogen. It's going in at -7 and coming out at -34. I'm hoping that's enough to sort of make a difference. On top of that, I have started dropping in polluted water into our steam room. through this duct because it was getting awfully warm in here. That's failed, it seems, because we're all out of polluted water. But I have made, well, you know, 2 kilograms worth of dirt. We were and still are making, all the way down here. I am still making dirt from, well, the natural gas generators. Yeah, they're producing a little bit of polluted water, which of course turns into dirt as it steams. One thing I do need to do is power overlay. Can I see power overlay? Okay, I need to put another aqua tuner here. I'll end up doing this during the one of many cuts of today because we're losing the cooling of the base. If I look at our 2 aqua tuners and go to the properties panel, we can see this one's been running 87% uptime in the last 5 cycles. The left-hand one cools the base. The right-hand one, properties, has been running at 92%, so even higher uptime. In saying that, it's cooling just the steam turbines, which are at a balmy 11 degrees. So I need to rearrange the plumbing in here to run these 2 in series. We're going to have to bring down the temperature of the liquid much cooler. You know, it's coming back at 24, it's going out at 11, and then it's going to come back at 24 again. And then eventually 25, and then eventually 26. I need to cool the water down to -5, -10, and then run it into the base, and that's probably the only way I'm going to be able to actually cool down everything, because we're just losing. I could also run all our gas through a aqua tuner loop coolant pipe and pre-cool down the gas before we dump it to the base, but you know, that sounds like a lot of effort. Okay, so I need to put in one of these. You'll need power, you'll need pipes. The pipes for you are actually really easy. Can I grab a pipe out of ceramic, please? That's your input. That's your output. Yep. And then a bridge here, a temperature checker right there, and then wire there. That is that done, apart from maybe it's the wrong priority. Yeah, that is that done. I just need to disconnect, reconnect, and we're all good. As for this, a little bit more complicated. That'll just happen in the blink of an eye. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, other problem I have is, well, we have the constant scolding of dupes who don't listen and keep coming into this room, even though there's an Atmos Suit checkpoint here. So, what I've done is I've created a list of only the best dupes. We have a total of 21 dupes, being iBoss, Ergphobia, Squareable Von Square, David Weatherstone, Mr. Donkus, Michael Gilderseye, Colbert, Sir Black, Cakefish, Duck Tant, Rude Irish Knight, yep, S. Frogger, Tim Hoggets, yep, Shoddy Random Vids, Mundlop, Chase, Blastfield, Zelium, Happy Fox, Joel Watt, and Chase again. Yeah, he stole his way into the colonies twice. And I've created a special access list for just them. Every single one of them has Atmos Suit training, and we're going to copy the settings to this door, which means two things. One, the door's going to always be open. Very, very important. It stops Dupe having to open and close the door all the time. It's going to save us valuable seconds. On top of that, everybody else should stay out of the room. So say you're Linux, out. You're not allowed in here anymore. These are all going to be highly trained Metatronics engineers and other mechanical people. Also a couple of transporting dupes and a couple of builders, so we can get building projects done. But mainly operators. I have, as I said, put in 21 dupes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 machines total that need operating. 21 should be overkill. All right. That's the second plan. Third plan is food. I need to get us onto a food that is a little bit more sustainable, which is going to be blossom seeds. The catch is, oh, that doesn't give me a measurement tool. 12 tiles, that'll do. The catch is, blossom seeds require water. They're my only choice of something that doesn't require any sort of input. Like, Mealwood requires dirt. Well, we've used all that. We can do grubfruit. Grubfruit requires sulfur. I have a lot of sulfur. We'll probably plant some grubfruit as well. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Let's throw in some grubfruit down here. Cool. You can all be grubfruit. Cancel for the moment. Nosh beams I don't have access to. Sleet wheat requires dirt. It also requires it to be icy cold. I can't do that yet. Fungal spores, we already have our spore farm. Yeah. Lots of these I don't have. Oxyferns would be great, except they're not edible. Balm lilies are only good for medicine. Water wheat seed requires bleachstone and salt water. We'll get back to that one. I do plan on planting that one as well. And thimble reed's not edible. So, yes. We need to plant a whole bunch of seeds. On top of that, blister blossoms do require lights. So I will need to furniture ceiling light. And I finally got the supply closet, this thing, unlock new blueprints working. So, you know, I can finally get some snazzy looking doohickeys and doodahs. But you're going to need lights. And of course, lights are going to require power, but that's okay. I have preemptively made a mess of the power cable and run in a new power line through to there. On top of that, we're going to stations, put in a farming station right here, and actually can't. Oh crap. Well, that's unfortunate. Uproot. I also need to put in a critter drop off because we're going to put some critters in here. Now, later? No, we'll do it later. We are going to put in a farming station down here to you know, help things along. But we might also know it's hot. It's very hot. Also, wrong gases. So I need to do a couple of things. One is going to be a small renovation, as always. Just, you know, removing all the stuff we don't need, like everything. Yep, that could be a floor. And that will dig out. On top of that, I need to activate yet another cooling loop, which is problematic because somebody left the old base in the way. So what I also need to do today's episode is cut that pipe. Also cut that pipe. Now, in about 5,000 hours, this side of the cooling loop will empty. And then once it's empty, then this is only doing the mushroom farm. At which point, I will finally be able to remove all this crap and put in my next cooling loop, because the pipe, well, belongs right here. In fact, I can remove that, and we can replace... No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to run a loop all the way across, run it all the way back. We're just going to add in another floor. Floors always go in pairs. They just do. Yes. Also, you need water. And for water choices, well... For the main base, I have water at the grand temperature of 71 degrees or the grand temperature of 93 degrees. Both are bad choices. I do have this little water pipe here, which is coming from, well, what's left down here. We're going to use that for the moment because, well, why the hell not? And it's a water source, which I'm going to splice off there, run over there. And run to here. Cool. That'll get water into our bristle blossom to start with. Our spindly grubfruits, well, they just require somebody to drop off sulfur. A dupe will come do that eventually. All right. So that's the plan there. Other plans that I need to do is I need to decommission the old bathrooms, which means I'm going to hook my water into there, and then we're going to go deconstruct. Deconstruct buildings, and that's got to go. Everything between about there and there. Also, this hatchery is done. It can go. This is about as good as it's going to get. So we're also going to remove all of those and all of those, just with a quick action across the top, just to make sure that we've cleared out any old problems that may have been laying around. Next thing I need to do is we need to work on alternative food sources, because we may notice the calories are going down, which is not good. It's not good, hence why we're planning some extra food. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading into starvation ranching of shovels, which means I need a shovel ranch. we're going to put you here. Yes. With spacing for 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Put a wall in there. Cancel that. Knock out 2 of those tiles. Put in one of you. No, one of you rather. Out of, sure, we'll do it out of gold. There, and there. Yes, with a door here, and actually no grooming stations to start with. Yeah. We're gonna have a specialized shovel ranch for starvation harvesting. On top of that, I'm gonna need an actual breeding shovel ranch. So the breeding ranch we're gonna put here, which is gonna require, I just cancelled them. A couple of, whoop, no. Well, at least a grooming station. It's gonna require a ladder. It's gonna require a roof. 3 tiles, 4 tiles. Good question, Jetty. 4 tiles is fine. Okay. Actually, can I put that there? We're gonna show me you. I need a ladder here. I need a second one of those there. I need a wall in here. We're also gonna need. What else do we need for this ranch? Oh. No, turns out it's 3 tiles. It's 3 tiles. Okay. We're gonna need a door. Here, 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 and here. I'm gonna need a critter drop-off. I'm gonna need a shipping, a conveyor loader. 2 of them. Oh, and critter feeders. Yeah, I think that's everything we need for our breeding ranch. This will be the breeding ranch. This will be the starving ranch. Yes, which needs a door in here to seal it in. Now, shovels are mean little creatures. They dig through tiles, which makes them very frustrating to deal with. Unless the tiles are obsidian or pneumatic doors or airlock doors made out of very hard material, refined material. Yes. So we're going to make them all the outside tiles out of obsidian and then keep them in here to breed them. On top of that, I need somewhere to feed them. And, well, that's a whole separate issue. The feeding, we're going to put in a dispenser. Let's go with here. Yeah, and then just normal sandstone tiles. A bunch of those. An auto sweeper above with storage bins. A few of. Yeah, that'll be our plan. Now, I need to move the critters in here, but I don't want to move them in here until I have food for them. Now, shovels, like I said, they're mean little critters. They eat regolith. They eat 4.5 tons or 4.8 tons of regolith per cycle. They also poop, vomit, whichever you want to look at it, half of that back out. Which means, yeah, they're constantly vomiting stuff back out. Which means also in our little room, which I hope I've left room for shipping. Robo-miner. I have when I move you to that side. Cool. Put you there. Cancel you. Put you there. Put another tile on here. Shipping robo-miner in here. Because I'm going to need you to constantly dig up the material that they've vomited back out. Yeah. Okay. Your door placement is done. Yes. Okay. Your door placement is done. All right. Next thing on our giant list of things that we need to do in today's episode is, I want to get to space, as I said. I need to get to space, so we're going to continue our plastic ladder to that tile, because that tile looks good. We're going to put in some normal tiles through there. We're going to put in our fire pole, and then we're going to that tile. We're going to build out some Atmos Suit docks. We're going to go for Atmos Suit dock. 1, 2, you know what? 14. Right way through to there. With an Atmos Suit checkpoint at the end. And then the only other thing I need is power. We're going to be putting in a heavy watt conductive joint plate here. Yes, with an airlock. With a doors airlock. Mechanized airlock right there, which is going to need power, which means I need to put in power a mini transformer here. Power. Actually... No, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to run that to there. We're then going to run that... Well... No. Cancel. We're going to put in a big transformer here. Only because, well, I need to run a little wire into there. So I might as well run it through all the Atmos Suits. Okay. Yes, we're going to be putting in an exit. An exit. We're finally getting out of here. We're finally getting to space. On top of that, I need to do a few things out in space also in the colony once this is done. One of the things I will need to do is... Well, I'll need to put some... actually, that tile. All of that tile needs to go. That's going to be an important tile. We want to put a lid on this, just so we don't have anything fall in. I'll need a lid probably here as well. I need a gap here. The gap's going to be important. And I need to disable these before they're built. Well, when they're built. I need to start putting regolith. So I want to make sure I have a good amount of regolith for these critters before we start moving them in. So we're going to activate those. We need to power up this whole contraption. So there to there to there to there. Also need to power up you and you. And I pressed the wrong button. Please be patient whilst the game thinks about things. Cool. That at all didn't take long to show up. Cool. Yeah, don't accidentally bring up this menu in this colony. No, it's all good whilst we're here. It all looks good to me. All right, yes. So we're going to put in a bunch of Atmos Suits. Obviously, it's going to require me to make a bunch of Atmos Suits. So where's this lovely machine? Cool. We want 14 suits, please. Yes. Also... So our water pipe is emptying, which means we can remove all of that. It looks like everything up here is already empty. So all of that can go. And we've made a circle loop. Cool. Let's just empty the thing and turn it all into oxygen. That way I don't have to worry about the pipes. Okay. The other thing I need to do is I need to get gases into these. So we're going to run with the method from last time where we put in a whole bunch of those plus a whole bunch of those. We're then going to grab ventilation. Can I hook that together, and then I'm not going to run normal gas pipes because I'm super lazy and I honestly don't care if this all gets hot because, well, they're going out to space. I don't care if we're using hot oxygen and whether we should insulate it. We should insulate it. No, I still don't care. I need to run that pipe through to and plug that in there, and then that pipe will plug in there. Okay, and then cancel those two so the dupes don't change the material and run that way and that way. Okay, that's our Atmos Suits. Yes, that's going to take a second to do. I need to disable that because I don't want to pat these critters. And then once this is built, we can start moving the critters in. I also need to set you to shovel, regolith, up. You're a priority 8. Priority 9, I guess. Copy. Also need to set you to a super high priority. All right. Give the dupes a sec to get things done. We need them to catch up. We also need, well, this pipe to empty, and potentially the saltwater pipe to empty as well, which looks like it's mostly done. But mainly this pipe to empty, which is going to take a little while longer. Yep. Okay. The airlocks are finally in, which means, well, it's time to start ripping about space. Obviously, space is going to be our next venture. We also have set up a door, copy settings, paste to there, which is going to limit a certain number of dupes. That being Asim and Nexus, J Matey, Gemata, Polydecimus, Sergeant Vegeta, Docos, Griffers, I'm That Guy Jason, Munlop, No Gravity, Sinister Fog, Akira, BTG, Coalition the Rope, Eleandra, Evil Gore, Faceless, FD Ethan, Gunboat Diplomat, Joe, Kona, Akeda? Good question. Caretaker, Christoph, and Remphis are going to be the only dupes allowed outside. And that being because, well, they have decent construction and decent building skills, because we're going to be, well, removing this whole biome. In fact, oh god. Blastfield, I don't think you... No, you are allowed in there. And yet, you still have managed somehow to screw it up. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go and start ripping apart this biome. I also need to install a automatic drop-off right here. We're also going to be, and it's going to be especially important for this biome, going to be setting up a few things. One is going to be the automatic dispenser right here. Next thing I'm going to need is an auto sweeper, please. Add a lead here, and then the next dispenser will go in that tile. Copper? That tile, right? No, one more tile. Yes. And what I want to do is I want to daisy chain these along. I want to daisy chain them, well, as far as we can. And we want to make sure that we drop everything on the ground, and then we use auto sweepers to move them from A to B to C to D. Cakefish, you're allowed in that room, and yet somehow you're scalding. Is it that hot here? 42 degrees. Not really. We'll come back to that problem. Okay. So we're going to do patent pending 7 tiles up, rails across, 7 tiles up, rails across, 7 rails, 7 and rails, and that's going to be our plan. It's not an elaborate plan. It's just going to be the plan. We are going to up the construction priority on all the ladders. Yep. Can I bring up this ladder to go this way? This ladder to go in here. This ladder to go... You guys have not scolded yourselves for the last half hour, and now you're doing it non-stop. Thanks, guys. Idle. No, not idle. Okay, can I dig out that? Can I dig out that? Can I dig out that? And that. And all of that. Yeah, that's going to be our plan. We're just going to have the dupes come in here and start ripping apart everything. And I really want them to rip apart the whole space biome. We also need to find out where the top of space is. At the same time, there has to be a single hot piece. That's a vacuum. 50 degrees is not... You hit 69 degrees. There's nothing around here that's 69 degrees. At all. That vent is the closest. Alright, our cooling loop. Oh, can we... Bring that back up. Our cooling loop. Our cooling loop is now, well, successfully cooling the place down. Slowly. In fact, we might be deep freezing the middle of the base. I might have to actually upgrade some of our piping, which is not the best thermal transfer piping, but that's why I used it to, well, insulated tiles, because water's coming in now at -4. And then by the time it gets to the middle, it's still about 5 degrees. And then by the time it goes out the top, it's at 20 degrees. But we can see up here, we aren't transferring enough heat. So plumbing, normal, actually, we're currently using igneous rock with a thermal conductivity of 2, obsidian, 2, sedimentary rock, 2, granite, 3. So we're going to change out those tiles, those tiles, those, can we get into here? We can get into here to here. These tiles, yeah. I'm not sure how much of this we can actually access. And we'll do a couple in here as well. Just have a little bit better heat transfer in here. Also, we're going to insulator tiles and that floor. We're going to do this in small patches, a little bit at random. And just try and lessen, this room as well. Yeah, just try and lessen the thermal transfer here in the middle. Igneous rock, 400 kilos. Not that one. Granite. We'll do that in granite as well. Yeah, just trying to, increase and decrease the thermal transfer where and when needed. As for our little bunch of plants, going well. The bristle blossoms are up and running. In fact, we have already made half a dozen of gristleberries, and we've even made, where are we? Stuffed berry. Copy settings to your friend, yeah, which means we'll now pick up the stuffed berry that's on the floor and load them into our freezer, which is at -20, -19, which finally means everything is in a deep freeze. Might also notice that we're down to just some fried mushroom. In fact, where's the rest of our food? It's all in mushroom state. Yeah. And what's in the fridge? Yeah, we're not doing great on food. Really not doing great on food. We do have, our mushroom farm is up and running. I've also put in a conveyor loader here. Oh. Okay, there's something really hot up here. Priorities, construction, 8. That. What are these water bottles? 51. No. Okay. Sweep up that in case it's those. I honestly don't know what's causing the problems for the dupes. Everything here should be fine. Apart from the little bit of brine that got spilled in here because someone decided to drag ice through the place. I didn't actually need those built. But thanks, dupes. Right, as for our ice room, yes, we now have these two running in series, which means water comes in at 21 and goes out at -6. Oh, it's not moving because we're building pipes currently. And then this one's now doing a cooling loop across the top, which is still doing absolutely fine. And the dupes need to come dig all this out. This is going to take a while. We're going to spend a while with dupes outside the base, just literally digging everything we can get our hands on. Oh, dupes. Okay, we're also going to dig out everything underneath. Yes. Ceiling collapse. Yeah, this is why you're digging just the room for the ladders and nothing else. So that way, hopefully, you don't screw it up too much. All right. I've also put in the Jetty with like more performance sweeping area. We have absolutely filled this row, and we're starting to fill up this row, just sweeping up all the random crap over the map. I just need more performance. Running the game at single speed is definitely wearing on me a lot. Can I even? No, I can't even. 4 tiles, down 3. Can I put in a ladder here? So we can access all that, because, well, there's a bunch of pinch of pepper nuts right there. Scolding again. Chase. Who found 54.8 degrees. I don't even think I have anything that hot around here. Like, that vent is as close as it comes. Yeah, I don't know what your problem is, Chase. I really don't. That vent? No. Alright, we've put in a little bit better thermal transfer of piping across the top. Hopefully that sort of brings down the temperature in here. We can already see the pipe in the background is much cooler. Same goes right through here, through the middle. But yes, I need to have the dupes go find another biome and remove it. We have this biome here. No, we have this biome here. This is the one I was looking at. We're going to dig in there, remove that, dig across there, put in ladders there, and there, dig into here. I'm happy to have the bliss bursts fall down. Cool. Oh, there's our surface breach. Hey, my Duplicants managed to breach the surface of our rocky prison. I should be careful. Regionally is extremely inhospitable and easily lose resources to the vacuum space. This is entirely true. This is what we put in an airlock. We also promptly left a giant hole so the auto sweepers could drop materials through. I can put an airlock there. I could seal it up for right now. I'm also happy to leave it open because it's not like we're short on oxygen pressure overall, and leaking a little bit of oxygen is not going to hurt. Especially if cakefish stops burning themselves. Oh. That water flows out there. I may see what the problem is. Our Atmos Suits are running low. Yeah, about that, Jetty. Okay, so you're pumping in water that side, which is filling from the top down. Then we're pulling out the bottom. This one's putting in water this side, which is also filling from the top. And the last couple are empty. Okay. If I disconnect that and run that to there, you flow down and up. If I just do that, you flow down, right? And then straight back up again. I would have to disconnect that as well. And you're in the process of filling this tank. Sure. We should be able to do that. Yeah, because it's sort of important those Atmos Suits run. Just a little bit, as that is all the Atmos Suits. That is the oxygen supply for this whole steam room. Speaking of this steam room, now we've made it to the surface, I think we should celebrate by, there's a little bottle in here that has 23 tons of water. Also, everything down here is like 180 odd degrees. So I'm sort of curious, what happens if you take a bottle that has 23 tons of water in it, and then you unscrew the lid and shake it upside down? Good news is Joel is going to tell us exactly what that answer is. Come on, unscrew the lid, shake, shake. That'll do it. It explodes. Oh god, you can see the shockwave of the steam. So steam pressure is 3 kilos, and then down here it's 50 kilos. Yeah, been whilst these machines very rapidly cool down to about 100 degrees. Very rapidly. Yeah. I call that a successful way to open 23 tons of water and just dump it on the floor. Okay, so that should increase the steam pressure in here, which will eventually work its way to the top, which will eventually get sucked out. Also, it should probably lower the temperature. Like, we're at 200 degrees at this point. Here, it's 160. Down here, it's, well, now with a whole bunch of water in the room, it's down to 105. I really want the whole room to be about 125, 150, like sub 200. Sub 200 is really what I'm aiming for. And yes, dumping a whole bunch of water into the floor should do the trick. As for these guys, shovels, I need to move them from wrench 1 to wrench 2. So we're going to say auto wrangle, all set limit 0. We also have decommissioned everything over here. The only thing still left over here is the exosuit forge and one little power transformer that is running, well, a pump that's currently inactive, a vent that's currently inactive, and our new conveyor loader for mushrooms. That's it currently. And the idea of this is simply that dupes can drop off mushrooms right here and then it gets shipped over automatically straight into the kitchen, because I found my kitchen staff was spending a lot of time running across the map to pick up stuff rather than cooking. Food is going up. Yeah, slowly. Very slowly. Okay. We also are trying to sweep out the bottom of the map as best as possible. And yes, we're going to go for... Wow, they're done. They don't muck around. Okay, can I dig through underneath that water? It almost feels pointless to do. Can we put that in there? And dig that there instead. Yeah, I don't want to go any closer to the surface. There's sand and all sorts of crap up there. We're just going to start removing parts of biomes whilst we wait. And meanwhile, this team has, well, a fair bit to do. 8. Yeah, do you get all that stuff? Okay, they have a fair bit to do. They can bring the regolith down here and stock things down here. We already have 4 tons of regolith down here, but I think what I need to do is confirm you're working. You are not. What if I disconnect that and I run that to there? Going into the tank. Yeah. So you bleed off and go that way, and you're using 8 kilos, and then you use 4 kilos. In theory, actually, maybe that'll work? Maybe. Like, having 2 of them is simple. Having the 3rd one is where things got complicated. Maybe if I run you into you and into you, and then maybe that would work as well. I bring that to there. No. I would need to put in a bridge here and a bridge here to force direction. That's counterintuitive. Yeah, that's probably going to be our answer. We're going to feed... The right one is going to feed the bottom 2. The left tank's going to feed the top 2. And then we'll just take the excess from both, being 2 kilos, and feed the middle one. That should be balanced, in theory. But yes, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave this episode here. We've got a lot for the dupes to do. Not only a lot of digging in space, but also a lot of digging just generally on the map. Can I get you to dig there to there? Also, keep going up. Yeah, a lot to dig in space, a lot to dig... Gosh, game. A lot to dig in space, also a lot to dig just generally on the map. I sort of want to remove... Well, I guess this is going to be our next venture. Now we're finished with the Hermit. We're going to go find out what the... Okay, discovered a new dream analyzing building buried deep within our asteroid. It seems to contain a new sleep-specific suit. Could these be key to unlocking my duplicate's ability to dream? I've often wondered what they might be capable of once their imaginations were awakened. The synthesizer. Yes. We might go play with that, yes. Next. I know I could go off-world. I know there's lots of things I could do, but I'm having fun on this asteroid. And honestly, there's an awful lot of this asteroid we still haven't got to. We also have this critter thing up here that intentionally I'm not clicking on because we're handling these story traits one at a time. I also should note that I'm completely out of fossil. So I'm sort of glad I found wherever it is, the ancient specimen. Because we've used all our fossil. Oh, actually, and I meant to... Where was it? You can have a rusty toolbox. And you can have the critter collar. Cool. All right, yeah, I'm going to call it here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll let the dupes dig in the background. And I'll see you in the very next episode. All right, bye.